train your Gavin. Read those books in a blink, oh yeah. Grab yourself a hot drink cause you're watching How to Train Your Gavin. Yep, that's me.
Hey guys, welcome back to How to Train Your Gavin. Today I'm doing my July TBR and I'm doing things with a little bit of a twist. So July was a month for a specific read-a-thon that is not happening anymore. So I'm not really doing any read-a-thons. The only thing I'm doing in July, really, apart from some book clubs, is Becca's 48-hour Bookopoly-thon, which is happening on the midnight of July 11th to the midnight of July 12th going into July 13th. It's that weekend. It starts at midnight, so I think it's July 10th, and then as soon as it hits midnight for July 11th, that's when it starts. And then it's for 48 hours. So that is like when July 12th ends and July 13th starts. I'm finding it really hard to compute that. It's something like that. Oh my god, that feels absolutely bloody lovely. Sorry, I've got my peach snaps and lemonade, because I'm basic like that. I'm ready to do this TBR. Bloody lovely. So before I get into my extensive TBR and before I play a little round of my Play Your TBR Right, I will tell you what I'm reading for Becca's Bookopoly-thon. So in Becca's announcement video, which I will link down below, she has done 2 rolls on her Bookopoly board, one on her 2019 board and one on her 2020 board. So the first roll that came up and was the prompt for the read-a-thon is to read a paranormal or a magical fabulism realism book, and I'm hopping out a little bit here because I really want to read a really short middle grade for it. So I'm going to read The Vengeance of the Witchfinder by Brad Strickland, but originally by John Bellairs, who died before this book was made. So this is the 5th book in the Lewis Bonneville series, and I have been raving about this series mainly because it's a fun series. It's not good. It is good, but it's just fun. There's like 12 books in the series, and I stopped reading. I think the last book I picked up out of the series was back in July last year for the reading rush. So, you know, let's get back into the series, shall we? I'm a terrible for not finishing series. So let's read this one, shall we? And it's a good job I am. So I did put up a poll on Twitter asking what I should read for my chance card. It was out of A Court of Mist and Fury, The Name of the Wind, Throne of Glass, and oh, what was the 4th one? Shadow and Bone. Shadow and Bone. Because I've not read any of those, obviously. And the book that won with a landslide vote is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. I am really excited to read this one. I may vlog it. I might as well do a vlog for the entire Becca's Bookopoly-thon, but I don't think anyone cares about what I think about this one, so it'll really just be an Akama vlog. So you're welcome. Let's see how that goes though. Let's see if I can get there. Even if I'm at work, I'm still gonna read this entire beast in 48 hours. Over 600 pages long. And it's why I chose it, obviously. Then for Middle Grade Monthly, our July pick is The Explorer by Catherine Rundell. All I know about this one is that it is about 4 children who are on a plane and it crashes in the middle of the Amazon jungle. And they have to survive. It's just those 4, I believe. I don't think there's any adults with them. For some strange reason, why are they on a plane? Unless the adults die. But then that's really morbid for a middle grade. And the live show for it will be at the end of July on my channel, so I'm really looking forward to reading this one. It's been hailed a lot as a really great middle grade book, so it's about time I got round to reading it. And then I also have a book club over Zoom with some friends at home, and we are going to be reading The Vanishing Hearth by Britt Bennett. I've been seeing this make the rounds very, very recently on BookTube. So excited to read this one. All I know about it really is that it goes from the 1950s to the 1990s, goes from the Deep South to California, and it follows 2 twins who I think were inseparable at birth, but they're leading 2 very different lives as adults, and it just sounds fantastic. I've heard nothing but great things about this. Yeah, this is the last of the absolutely core must-reads for book clubs, so yeah, the rest is pretty much free game. Okay, so now it is time to play my really shit TBR game, Play Your TBR.
You're watching Play Your TBR Right. Yep, that's unoriginal.
Of course, TBR games are such a big thing on BookTube. Started by Cody at Cody's Book Corner with the Wheel of TBR, and then Becca's Bookopoly, and then Jade's TBR Pursuit. So I love them, but I don't want to do an entire TBR based off a TBR game, mainly because I read far too much for me to be able to do that realistically. So I thought I would do something a little bit different. Okay, so there's going to be 8 possible books to pick. 4 that I really want to read and 4 that I just do not want to read at all. Maybe There might be one of them on there that I do want to read, but just not right now because it's absolutely bloody huge. So other than that, the rest of them, I really do not want to read. And I don't even know why I've really put them on this TBR as a potential. I think it just makes it a little bit more fun because the game, okay, so how do I explain it? Because it's really hard to explain. If you've seen Play Your Cards Right, you'll know how to do it, but I don't know how to explain things, so I'm going to do a test out. Okay, so right, I've got the Arusha books, okay? I've already read the first one, haven't read the second one, and I do want to read it at some point. But Arusha and the End of Time is the book that I want to read. So I'll put it here, maybe? Can you even say you can't even say much because I haven't got a good setup or anything, so please ignore that. So I'll put the one that I want to read there, and the one that I do not want to read, yeah, because I don't want to read the second book before reading the first book, even though I have really read the first book. This is just an example. It's just an example. And then, between these, I will put 5 cards. So, give them a shuffle. Then, I will put... Why am I explaining it like this for? You're not children. Whoa. 3, 4, and then 5. Why am I talking like this? I don't know. These cards, I have to get from left to right in order to win. So I turn around for the first one, it's a 9. So I have to guess the next card if it's going to be higher or lower. So if I have to guess either higher or lower. So if I say higher and it is higher, then I can progress. If it's lower and I've said higher, then I lose and I have to read the book that I do not want to read. I have not explained this very well at all. There's some stakes in this game, okay? I do want to read this book, but for the purposes of this example, I do not want to read that book, so I do not want to lose. So if I go along and it's 2 of the same, I lose. Even if I say higher or lower, if there's 2 9s, I lose. So I have to read the one that I did not want to read. Is it a good idea? I do not know. But like for the example, so 9's quite high, I'll say low. Also ace, I will say is 1. I'll say ace is 1, so ace is the lowest and king is the highest for the purposes of my game. And I said lower. Okay, I got a 2. Excellent. So I go higher. And it's a 6. Okay, that's a bit trickier. That is a bit trickier. Oh, also, if I don't like my starting card, I can change it. But I'm only allowed 1 swap. 1 swap. That is in the rules. 6. What do I do? Do I go higher or lower? It's because 6 is pretty much bang in the middle. I'll go higher. Ooh. Higher or lower than an 8? I'll say lower. Oh my god, yes! Yes, I won my first example game. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of myself. Okay, so that means I get to read Arusha and the End of Time. Not really because I've already read it, but that's the gist. That is how the game works. So as I say, I'm only going to do 4 rounds of this because if I end up having to read so many that I do not want to read, I'm going to be really sad. Are we ready for the first round? Okay, so round 1, ding 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 ding, is between Camp by Elsie Rosen, which is the book that I do want to read because I really enjoy Jack of Hearts and Other Parts by Elsie Rosen. And this is the brand new one by them. I don't really know what it's about. I think it's set at a camp. So this is the book that I do want to read. Now, the book that I do not want to read, I do not own because I never want to own this book. I never want to read this book. But just for the sake of, you know, the stakes in this video, I'm going to say it, and that is Infinity Sun by Adam Silvera. I really do not want to read that book. I do not have any interest in that book. I've heard bad things about that book. I'm not a big fan of Adam Silvera's writing. And also, another reason why I don't want to read it is because I'd have to buy it. So if I lose this, I'm going to be so mad. I'm going to be so mad. And I'll probably instantly regret doing this game. So let's shuffle the cards again. Let's shuffle cards again. I don't own it, so I can't put it at the end there. But pretend Infinity Sun is there. Camp is there. Camp is the one I want to read. Okay, the cards are in place. Okay, so we are starting off with a 10. Okay, not bad, not bad. 10 is a good number to start off on because that's quite high. So I'm going to go lower, unless it's a fucking queen. It better not be a fucking queen. It's a 5! It's a 5! It's lower. From there, I'm going to go higher. Ah, it's a queen! Yay! Okay, and from there, I'm going to go lower. Ah, beautiful. And from there, I'm going to go higher. So guys, I'm not doing a TBR game. Looks like I'm reading Infinity Sun by Adam Silvera. Well, the first official round is a bust. I don't want to play anymore. I don't want to play anymore. Where's my drink? Okay, next, the book that I do want to read is Story River of the Sky by Grace Lynn. I'm so excited about this book. I absolutely loved Where the Mountain Meets the Moon by Grace Lynn. It's one of my all-time favourite middle grades now. I read that for Asian Read-a-thon, hosted by Cindy, I read with Cindy. This is like a companion novel, so I really want to read it. I think it's going to be awesome. So this is the book that I really do want to read. And the book that I do not want to read is It by Stephen King, because have you seen the fucking size of it? It's over 1,000 pages long. I do not want to read this in July. Who has the time? Really, really hope that I don't get another double, because I can't read It in July. I literally physically cannot read It in July. I don't know why I'm doing this. I really don't know why I'm doing this. The first card is a Jack. Excellent. So I'm going to go lower. Ooh, and that is the lowest because Ace is a 1. So higher. King. Oh my god. King. Yes. Lower. Oh my god. Oh, right, if this is a freaking queen or a king or a jack again, swear to God. Swear to fucking God. I'm saying lower. Oh my god. Yes. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So guys, I'm reading Story River of the Sky by Grace Lynn. Oh, get in. Get in. Get rid of that because I'm not fucking reading you. The book that I want to read is Offspring by Jack Ketchum. I read Off Season by Jack Ketchum and it is the most fucked up horror book I've ever read in my entire life. So many trigger warnings, so please go into it knowing how many trigger warnings there are. And it's filled with cannibals and cannibal children, and it's so fucked up. I've got a vlog and everything of me reading it. So Offspring is like the sequel to it. So I really want to read this. My friend did let me borrow this and I really do need to read this so I can give them it back. We'll see about that. So I do want to read that one. The one that I don't want to read, I don't own. Again, I would have to buy it. And that is another horror. And horror in a totally different sense of the word. And that is Leah on the Offbeat by Becky Albertalli. I say horror because honestly, I can't think of anything more scary than reading another Becky Albertalli book. I genuinely do not want to read it. I've heard terrible things about it. I've heard some people like it, but shuffle. Shuffle. We are starting off with a queen. Nice. So I'm going to say lower. And I'm going to say higher. Oh, crap. Where do we go from here? Oh, God. This is hard. Sounds like smack bang in the middle. So, higher or lower than a 7. Oh, this would be so fun to play live. I could be like, guys, should I do higher or lower? Higher or lower? Oh gosh. Oh god. Right. Okay. I'm gonna say lower. I'm gonna say lower. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh no. I'm reading Adam Silvera and Becky Albertalli in fucking July. Oh. So my friend's going to have to wait another month for me to read this. So the last round of this, I do want to read Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters by Rick Riordan, because I really want to continue that series and I've never read the second one before. So that is a book I really do want to read. The other book that I don't want to read, I don't own. Again, guys, I don't want to read it, so why would I own it? So the one that I don't want to read is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. I just don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into that. It is a hefty series. It's just, it doesn't appeal to me whatsoever. If I lose, I'll have to read that. And I don't want to start another series. I've started too many series I haven't finished. The starting card is a king. Yes. So I want to go lower. 2, higher. 9, lower. 7, oh my god. Oh, 7 again. What did I say last time that made us lose? Was it higher? Oh, should I say higher or lower? Oh, this is stressful. Oh, guys, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? No, lower. No, lower. Higher. Higher, lower. Lower. Lower? God, oh my god, fucking hell. I really want to read Percy Jackson. Higher. No, lower. No, high. No. Lower. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Mwah. Oh, yes. That was the end of the Play Your Cards Right TBR segment of my TBR. The rest is just going to be business as usual. So the rest of the books that I want to read in July are Wizards of Once, Knock 3 Times, and Wizards of Once, Never and Forever. The third one came out last year and I still haven't read it. So this is about Wish and Zor. One of them is a warrior, one of them is a wizard. They are brought up to be enemies, but they kind of have to work together to defeat a common evil. And I read the first book in April, the second book in May. So this is the third book. This is the fourth and final book. The fourth and final book comes out in September. There's going to be a big reveal about the unknown narrator in this, and I really need to know who it is. So I really want to read these so that I can find out who the unknown narrator is and finish the series and actually say I finished a freaking series for once. I finished a series, so this will be great. I was also sent The Stitchers by Laurie and Lawrence. This is another proof, but the author sent me this after my most anticipated 2020 releases for middle grade between July, August and September, and this was on there, and the author was so kind enough to send me an ARC. Thank you so much. And I'm going to be reading this in July. It does feel very fall, Halloween-esque kind of book. It is about a boy he has these neighbours who are old, and he calls them the oldies. There's just something wrong with them. The cover is a little bit creepy actually, because there's two kids running in the street and then there's people in the windows watching them, and that's really creepy, and I love me a creepy middle grade, so I really hope this is going to live up to my creepiness. I also think it's going to be the first book in the Fright Watch series, so it'll just be really interesting. I'm excited to read it. And then I want to read my arc of When Life Gives You Mangoes by Karine Gettin, and I got sent this by Poppy from Pushkin Press. Thank you so much for sending me this. Ben from Ben Reads Books recently read this and absolutely loved it, so it makes me really excited to read it as well. All I know about this really is that it follows a girl who can't remember what happened last summer. There's a tornado in this as well. There's some kind of storm, and it looks really good. Middle grade is my forte, so excited to read it. I need my fan out again. The last middle grade I want to read is The Slippery Slope by Lemony Snicket, the 10th book in the series of Unfortunate Events books, because I've read the first 9 and it's taken me over a year to read them. Have you seen how small the series of Unfortunate Events books are? Emma from Drinking by My Shelf read them all in 24 hours, and it's taken me since last March 2019. It's taken me, 16 months? Or something like that. 16 months to read 13 books and I'm only on book 10. I'll let that sink in for a second. What's that? There are 2 YA books that I really want to read, and they are With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo and Clap on You Land by the same author. And I'm so excited to read these. These have been so hyped recently, especially from Chanel Time and Jessica Nicole Dickerson. Love their channels, check them out. Both of them really loved these books. In With the Fire on High follows a 17-year-old girl who has a 2-year-old daughter. She's still in school and she really wants to be a chef. I think that's all I really know about it, but it sounds phenomenal. And then Clap When You Land, I believe this is told in verse. Yeah, so this is going to be really cool. I read my first verse book with The Black Flamingo by Dean Atta last month in June. Loved it, absolutely loved it. So I think I'm going to love this as well. Oh my god, it's raining! All I know about this one is that it follows 2 sisters, and I believe their father dies in a plane crash. Yeah, they kind of have to deal with that, but it's told in verse. I think it's going to make me cry, because I bet it's going to be told beautifully. So I'm really excited to read these 2. They just look so beautiful as well. And the last book that I definitely want, I mean there's way more, but this is like the last book, and that is The Court of Miracles by Kester Grant. It's going to glare loads on this ring light, I'm sorry, but this is like a Les Mis retelling, and it follows one of the characters from Les Mis. But this follows Eponine, and she has to save her sister because her father sold her to the Flesh Guild or something like that. So I think, is it Eponine who is the main character? Eponine, yeah. Eponine has to join the Court of Miracles to save her or something like that. But it's after the revolution failed, and yeah, Les Mis retelling. So I was supposed to read this months ago because I had an ARC and never read it today. Of course I didn't. Okay, so these are the 14, but then there's also Infinity Sun and Leah on the Offbeat that I need to read in July, and I'm really excited about it because there's such an eclectic mix of books here, and usually I aim towards reading more middle grade than anything else, but there's quite a few grown-up books on here, so I'm very happy about that. But yeah, that is my July TBR. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like if you did, subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a little comment. Let me know if you're excited about any of these, if you've read them, if you're going to hype me up, let me know, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!